Hey guys, this is RuRoniK95 here. Once again, it's time for another type of discussion video, which I haven't thought of doing one like this one before, particularly. That is something that I haven't thought of doing one before, which I should have done probably until now. And this time, I'm going to be doing a different type of collecting sort of discussion about the hobbies as well in this type of video that I'm doing. Enjoy this, whatever it happens. In this edition, I'm doing this brand new type of discussion video, and this time what I'm going to be talking about are collecting DVDs and Blu-rays. So this is pretty much aside from collecting manga and anime. Even though I collect a lot of anime and manga, I'm going to be talking about some home video titles on there, especially like the ones particularly like whenever I'm collecting movies, television series. There's some cartoons on DVDs, which ranges from other types of regions. There's region 1s, region 2s, region 3s, and even other kinds of DVD region code ones as well, particularly, of all sorts as well. I like particularly of how, what I like to learn over the fact of what I wanted to come across, particularly is that, the reason is that I wanted to basically start getting into the whole thing of collecting DVDs and Blu-rays, because I wanted to be inspired by movie collectors that collect movies on DVDs and Blu-rays, like Serial at Midnight, Cool Duder, Chris Stuckerman, which is the movie YouTuber, as well as Media Level Media, as well as Cinema Sickness, because if you haven't seen Cinema Sickness, go check out his video. Come check out Cinema Sickness's videos for the works as well. And for the whole majority thing about why do I collect DVDs? Well, here's the thing. There is a simple reason of how I want to get into the whole thing as well. Because I had to go buy the DVDs on here, whether it's either a movie on here. Depends on any of the genres under movie. There's animated movies. What I mean animated, like some in general, like from Warner Brothers to Disney to Hanna-Barbera, Don Bluth, DreamWorks, and whatever movies. There's also foreign flicks on here, on DVD, that I have right there particularly. So these are the ones that I wanted to show you, because pretty much I have everything for foreign flicks as well. Particularly for some adult animation type movies that is part of the foreign films on here. Let's take a note, for example, like say I have this copy of Persepolis. I got this on DVD. That's back in 2016, because that's pretty much after how I'm starting getting into the game of collecting movies on DVD and Blu-rays. Pretty soon I will get 4Ks on here. You can find you can buy them for like 25 bucks at Best Buy, or you can get them at Barnes & Noble or Amazon or Target, or especially if you go to the media section at your local Target, especially if you ever want to look for a certain movie, like you want to look for Top Gun Maverick on a 4K Ultra HD. I would highly recommend you could find it at either Best Buy or Target or any other places everywhere. Well, Walmart has a decent amount of media selections on here. Walmart may have some like anime in the anime aisle in the media section, especially right where the CDs were. Well, technically, though, it's besides the point. That's basically besides the point in any other case as well, particularly of what I can come by for this as well. You could find movies for cheaper at thrift stores or pawn shops, whether it's on DVD, Blu Ray, or 4K Ultra HDs on here. Despite that Blu Rays and 4K Ultra HD have better qualities than than the Laserdiscs, VCDs, and VHSs had in these days, which ironically VCDs are technically more popular in Asia, as from what I learned, accordingly from what I learned over the fact, particularly. And I want to say is that it does help me around, particularly. Yeah, I want to start to say is that you want to go to unless you want to find a movie that is new or used, like if you go to Amazon, if you want to go buy a movie like on either DVD or Blu-ray, there's also 4K Ultra HDs, particularly because despite that the 4K Ultra HD these have better qualities than the VHSs and Laserdiscs had in there, particularly for the most part as well. Yeah, because I have been started collecting DVDs since 2003. Because, well, back when I was a kid, like back in like the early 2000s, I had like these VHS tapes. But once though that 2003 came and I kind of switched it to DVDs on there, which I had no problems with DVDs on there particularly. And this was how it was, of how you got DVDs in the 2000s. Well, as well, up until Blu-rays and 4K Ultra HD arrived as well, particularly from what I understand for the fact about particularly of how you can come across for this accordingly. Well, there are many obvious ones on there, especially if you ever find any movies that if you ever look for one, if it's in print or out of print on here, I might cover some out of print DVDs in the next discussion video at this point, as from what I understand, how I can come for this as well. You want to go to a thrift store, you want to go to the movie section at your local thrift stores or especially Goodwill stores, and also you can find some DVDs at the library, especially when they're having a book sale. You can get a movie for like, or on DVD or Blu-ray for like $1 each as well, as particularly. I mean, if you've been collecting some DVDs and Blu-rays, yeah, because particularly, yeah, this is kind of acquaintance though, particularly. Well, the most of the things I wanted to come for this as well, particularly when it comes to how I'm started getting into the whole, how I've been start getting into the collecting DVDs and Blu-rays, because it's part of the new thing as well, because I have a whole variety of type of things of other of my hobbies, particularly of how I wanted to come across as well. And also, you could also find them on CD Universe or DVD store online ones, or you can go to Facebook Marketplace if you want to go buy a recent amount of movies on either DVD or Blu-ray, particularly as well. I mean, there's some DVDs you can find them at local dollar stores, particularly like, take a note, for example, Dollar Tree. You know, Dollar Tree may have a nice amount of Blu-rays and DVD sections. Some of them can be not that much on finding a certain movie on either DVD or Blu-ray at Dollar Tree. You know, you know how it's like when you struggle of finding a movie you wanted to look for at a Dollar Tree, particularly. Because they had no idea of what they were selling, especially if you ever been walking to a Dollar Tree, especially. They may have a good amount of sections of DVDs and Blu-rays as well. Especially if you ever been going to a Dollar Tree at this thing as well. And also, you can go to the flea markets when you wanted to look for a movie on either DVD, Blu-ray, or DVD for like $1, which is just $1 as well, particularly. Which is, I know this too, so embrace the thing of how you ever been a collector on collecting DVDs and Blu-rays, especially if you're ever going to buy one as well. So I just thought particularly of how usually I have not even buying that much VHSs since 2016, which was my VHS of Akira, which is right behind me, which is in my anime collection as well. Because this is kind of a acquaintance kind of feel of how I wanted to do this particularly. Yeah, particularly of how most of these DVDs that are burned onto discs on here, so you cannot go looking for those complete series that are burned onto DVD disc ones where they slap it with a TV logo. You cannot go look for those in the stores, especially if you ever something you don't find it at Walmart or Dollar Tree, because Walmart doesn't like Walmart doesn't like selling TV series on DVDs where they are burned onto DVD discs where they slap it with a TV logo effects on them, because they had no idea what they were selling. As for the thing of how, this too, of how I wanted to come for this as well. And I wanted to do this particularly of how, I must say, of how you wanted to do into the whole thing and the whole experience of collecting movies on DVDs and Blu-rays. Crap. And that's the real reason why I wanted to look for movies on here. From every home video titles, like, for example, like Mill Creek Entertainment, Arrow Video, Scream Factory, which is Shout Factory's subdivision label for horror. As there's also post-apocalyptic movies on there from Scream Factory on there, if there's any. And there's also Arrow Video. Let's not forget Arrow Video, because, Arrow Video has a lot of titles on DVD and Blu-ray as well. And there's also, for what I noticed as well, there's many obvious on Blu-rays that are also available in these Steelbook editions, as well as Digibook edition ones. And there's also the exclusive ones on a Steelbook editions under 4K Ultra HD release ones, like the 4K Ultra HD complete series set of Game of Thrones, which basically you can find it at Best Buy, which is as long as you can find the Best Buy exclusive, because Best Buy may have some media section on there, but there's also the used DVD bins at sometimes you can find those at Best Buy, but there's same goes with Walmart. Walmart may have DVD bins on some $5 used DVDs on there, if you ever look for one to track down as well. That's a kind of obvious reason of how I wanted to do this as well. And there's also for that. Here's the thing, though, of what I can notice about these. You know, particularly as well. You know, once particularly, what I remembered of this as well. Of how, what is the DVD, of how I wanted to get into the whole thing of starting DVD and Blu Ray collection videos. Let's take a note, for example. Let's say, particularly, what I can understand why. And also DVDs I found from other, like, big box stores. From what I understand why. And a few things as well. Let's see if I have something somewhere. Oh yeah. Like, and the first thing is that, for the whole thing of how I started getting into the whole thing of DVD collection, DVD and Blu-ray collection type of videos. Let's take a note for that. Like, say I have this copy of Bruno Bozzetto's Allegro Non Troppo, which I got this for Christmas back in 2006, which was years ago. You know, because this DVD is, I'm thinking, going out of print, though, and it's collector's items these days as well. Because this is only in Region 1, and it's released by Home Vision Entertainment. You know, Home Vision Entertainment may have some of their films on there. Because I think I found this home video release from Home Vision Entertainment. That's the thing as well. There's also this, particularly, of how I wanted to come for the thing as well. Because sometimes I can just go buy any certain movies that I don't have that are on, whether it's on DVD or Blu-ray. As well. Particularly. Because I remember something of how I bought something from big box stores that I wanted to get. Let's say, take a note for this, as, like, say I have this copy of Volume 1 of Ed, and Eddie on DVD I have right here. I think I got this DVD at Walmart years ago, back in 2005, which I believe it was 2005, 2006, 2007, 2008, 2009. 18 years ago, I got this DVD of Ed, and Eddie at Walmart 18 years ago, back in 2005. You know, Walmart may have some, you know, Walmart may have it on here. Some of them may have, or just, you couldn't find the ones that you were looking for at Walmart, particularly, as well. Unless you go get it on either eBay or Amazon, particularly. You know, nowadays Walmart does not like selling VHS tapes because they stopped making VHS. Apparently, they stopped making VHS tapes after 2006 because Walmart has no idea what they were selling, as from what I remembered as well, particularly. As part of the whole thing of this particularly. That's a kind of a thing for the whole of that as well. And also this, You can look for a movie at a yard sale or a garage sale with all the other movies on there. Some of them may have a good selection amount of movies, but, well, some of them are just maybe trash, though, particularly. Just like considering the fact of how I haven't gotten any certain movies on DVD at a yard sale, which is kind of an obvious thing, though, as particularly of what I can understand as well. And that's the whole thing on collecting physical media copies, particularly for the whole thing of that as well, from what I understand about it as well. And for some of the obvious reason is that there is the whole leaps and bounds of looking for a decent amount of DVD bins where they have a pile of DVDs in the DVD bins, like pharmacy stores. Like, take a note, for example, like Walgreens or CVS pharmacies. Some may have the DVDs, some may don't. Because Walmart or CVS has no idea what they were selling. Well, Walgreens, no, not Walmart. Walgreens, I thought I said Walmart. Walgreens, I meant. You know, Walgreens and CVS pharmacy has no idea what they were selling. Which, that's kind of a strangest acquisition for that as well. And there's also for the thing, particularly of what I can expect for this as well. And you can find, well, most other libraries that you can find a certain movie or on Blu-ray or DVD for like $3, which is almost as different than $1 ones at other libraries. Well, there are many obvious other libraries in like especially the ones that were donated to the library. Like, if you could find them for like, I believe like $1 though, as well. Yeah. Well, there are many obvious. There's other video stores on here where they have like $2 VHS, no, DVDs though. And there's also $5 for Blu-rays. Because that's a kind of a quaint thing. Because that's the whole thing. Despite that people, just considering people's using Amazon Prime Video, as well as Tubi, as well as Netflix, as well as every other streaming services like Hulu, Disney Plus, Hulu, or any streaming ones like Peacock, as well as Pluto TV as well, particularly. That's kind of an obvious questionable thing, you know, because people prefer collecting movies that are under physical media on DVD and Blu-ray and 4K Ultra HD. Because sometimes, you know, Netflix removes your favorite movie or anime or a cartoon or a television series or a documentary ones, especially on music documentaries off of Netflix, gets removed. Like, if you have it on either DVD or Blu-ray, then you're lucky to own it. That's the whole obvious thing as well. That's kind of a quational thing as well, particularly. Because I believe that's the whole conceptual of how I wanted to get into the whole collecting things under of how I wanted to starting a DVD and Blu-ray collection type videos particularly, and that's particularly I wanted to come for that thing as how I wanted to do, particularly of how I wanted to know for this as well. And you could find some like movies on DVD or Blu-rays at Goodwill stores, which you could find them like on sale, or you could go to find them at flea markets when you can get them for like a deal. So they may have like some $1 used DVD ones as well. I mean, especially for the ones as well. And if you wanted to start like your entire complete Blu-ray movie collection or Blu-ray and 4K collection, especially if you have a lot of titles especially if you have approximately over 1,000 titles or 1,150 plus titles on DVD or Blu-ray or 4K Ultra HD titles, particularly. Yeah, there's some obvious movies on DVD and Blu-rays that are released, that are also part of the Criterion collection. Let's take a note what I have here, because I got one of my first Criterion titles on here. Like, say, I have this copy of Chasing Amy on DVD. What Criterion? I didn't know this is part of the Criterion collection. I couldn't. What number is it on Criterion collection? 75. Yeah, you can find 50% off on Criterion titles from the Criterion collection at your local Barnes & Noble. If you ever been a movie collector that has been starting to collect movies on DVD, Blu-ray, or 4K Ultra HD as well. Come to think of it, this is the whole thing of what I wanted to do that. Of how I'm discussing about this accordingly from what I can learn understand for the fact as well. The only thing is that I wanted to know for this as well, of how giving your own self-confidence of how you're wanting to collect movies on DVD or Blu-rays, or as well as 4K Ultra HDs on here. There's some movies that are also on VCDs, but most of them are like an hour long. But some of them are only available in those 2-disc VCD set on here, especially for the movies on there, especially for an hour movie, that's why. But that's just besides the point as well. So that's going to be it for my discussion video here for today, you guys. Thank you for watching, but before we go, here's what I'm saying for this discussion video. Wow, this is the first time I haven't made a video like this, which I haven't done in the past for like 2 weeks, though. But I wanted to do this video just to change things up a bit, especially to do a discussion video like this one accordingly. Help subscribe for more content, Anime Planet Patreon, link in the description down below. Be sure to smack the like button if you enjoy the video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section below on this video if you like as well. And also be sure to click on the subscribe button. Be sure to subscribe to my channel, especially if you're new to my channel as a newcomer, especially if you're watching the channel, because I'm started getting into the DVD Blu-ray collection videos, that's why. And also smack the notifications bell button. Be sure to get notified also as well for more latest updates, just to keep you notified as well. This is Rurouni K95 saying thank you for watching my video, and I'm glad you liked it. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope to see you soon for the next video. Hope you have a great day. This is Rurouni K95 signing off, and thank you for watching my video, and I will see you soon for more videos. Take care. Bye. Oh, and have a great weekend.